Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for August 28, 2014, Thursday morning around 7 in Billerica, Massachusetts. Some news to report. The Toronto Blue Jays beat the Boston Red Sox by the score of 5-2 to avoid the 3-game sweep. And also starting tonight is major college football. The FBS football season starts for some teams. And also big news in the world of business. Artie has finally bought MarketBasket for $1.5 billion, meaning the boycott of MarketBasket is finally over. Artie was ousted as CEO of MarketBasket 2 months ago, and everybody was boycotting since like July 18th. And it was 6 long weeks, but Artie made several bids to buy MarketBasket, and they weren't accepted until last night when the board of directors finally gave the okay to approve the deal. And this is very good news because it paralyzed MarketBasket for 6 weeks, and it was horrible. It was a nightmare. It was crazy. I never thought it would come to this. I even lost my hours at MarketBasket for a couple of weeks, but everything's smooth sailing now, and Artie is back where he belongs, and I'll be returning back to work soon at Store 44 in the front end clerk. Don't know when it's going to be, but probably it's going to be soon. I'm so happy because being out of work's no fun, especially in this job economy where jobs are very hard to get. You basically have to know somebody at any type of company to have a good shot at it. But I'm so happy that Artie bought MarketBasket, and he's going to bring it back big time. It's going to do so much good business. It's probably hit the money they lost during this boycott. It's going to probably be made up within no time. And I think Artie is going to probably win a lot of awards of Man of the Year and stuff like that at the end of the year. I'm so happy. And that's about it on that. And my next subject is my continuation series of the top 10 greatest players of each NHL franchise. The next franchise I'm going to preview is the Nashville Predators. The Nashville Predators came into the National Hockey League in 1998 as an expansion team. They were the 27th NHL team. They played in Nashville area, second professional sports team to play in Tennessee, and it was a new market that the NHL went into. The Predators didn't have very much success for the first few years, but they were really a tough team. They always would play tough and stuff like that. They first made the playoffs in 2004, but they got bounced in the first round by the Red Wings, and then every year they started to continue to improve because they had a good defensive system and goaltender. They would always finish very high in the standings, but would get bounced in the first round in the playoffs. 2011 was their first playoff success. They beat the Ducks in 5 games, and then they gave the Vancouver Canucks a tough series in the second round, losing in 6 games, but it was a very tough series between them and the Canucks. The Canucks were like the best team in the National Hockey League that year, and the Predators gave them a very good series. It could have went either way. 2011-2012 was probably the Predators' best season. They beat the Detroit Red Wings in the first round of the playoffs, but they lost in the second round to 5 games to the Coyotes. And the past couple of years they didn't have so much success, and they fired their coach Barry Trotz, who was with the team since the beginning, and now they have Peter Laviolette as coach. But I think the Predators are still a tough team, and if they get a couple of their key players healthy, especially the goaltender this year, I think they could surprise a lot of people and be in the playoff picture in the Western Conference, the Central Division, even though the Central Division's tough. But they have a good goaltender and a great defenseman in Shea Weber. I think they could easily be back in the playoff picture this year. And now here's my top 10 players of the greatest players of all time for the Nashville Predators. Number 10 on the all-time list of greatest Predators is J.P. Dumont. He was a center. 93 goals, 174 assists, 267 points, fifth on the all-time scoring list. Number 9 on the all-time list of greatest Predators players, Jason Arnott. He scored a center. He scored 107 goals, 122 assists for 229 points. He's 10th on the all-time scoring list. Number 8 on the all-time greatest players of the Predators, Martin Elant. Left winger, 163 goals, 318 assists, 481 points. Second on the all-time scoring list for Predators. Number 7 on the all-time list of greatest Predators players of all time, defenseman Kimmo Timonen. He scored 79 goals, 222 assists, 301 points. Fourth on the all-time scoring list. Sixth greatest player on the Predators history, Steve Sullivan, left winger, 100 goals, 163 assists for 263 points. Sixth on the all-time scoring list. Number 5 on the all-time Predators players is goaltender Thomas Foucault, second in his winningest goaltender in team history with 161 wins. Number 4 on the all-time list of greatest Predators players, center David Legwan, 210 goals, 356 assists, 576 points, the all-time leading scorer. Number 3 on the all-time list of greatest Predators players of all time, defenseman Ryan Suter, 38 goals, 200 assists, 238 points, 9th on the all-time scoring list. Number 2 on the all-time list of greatest Predators players, goaltender Pekka Rinne, all-time winningest goaltender in team history, 163 wins. He was a Vezina Trophy finalist 4 years ago. Great goaltender. He was hurt last year, but he's going to have a big bounce back year. Number 1 on the all-time list of greatest Predators players of all time, defenseman Shea Weber, the current team captain, 131 goals, 216 assists, 347 points, third on the all-time scoring list in team history. He's a perennial Norris Trophy finalist, and I think next year he has a chance to win a Norris Trophy. I think he is going to win a Norris Trophy this year. I have a good feeling he is going to win a Norris Trophy, and he's going to win several of them. He's probably one of the premier defensemen in the National Hockey League right now, and I think he is going to win several Norris Trophy awards. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Predators make the playoffs. He gets some consideration for Hart Trophy. And that's about it for this video blog. And I'll be back later on in the day for my other video blogs. Will be my personality profile will be about the Red Sox play-by-play announcer on Nesson, Don Orsillo. And the last video blog of the day is my 2014-2015 NFL preview blog. You can't wait for that. See you later, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. Bye now.